Chisel Chat gang, welcome back. What's going on? Today we're going to be talking about quiet quitting. Not to be confused with the Great Resignation, right? When we had many people just packing it up and they were just quitting left and right. Quiet quitting is those team members that are coming in and day out and they're doing the bare minimum to skate by. They're basically looking at those job descriptions and saying, look, I'm not going to do any more or any less than what's on my job description, period. And I'm going to sit back in the cut. I'm going to let everybody else get excited, get animated. You all do your thing. I'm going to do mine. And where you're trying to go in your organization, your department, I can assure you that's not what you want there, because that's below mediocrity. That's not going to get you what you need for your end game. So, because disengaged team members never get you where you want to be as far as your desired results and goals that you're trying to accomplish. Now, there's a multitude of reasons why we've been facing this and encountering this. I mean, you look at the nurses' strike in Mount Sinai, New York. There's a lot of factors that are playing into that, but I'm not here to talk about the issues and the factors. We want a root cause. I want to give you some of the tools that you can apply today that helps decrease the likelihood of one of your team members quiet quitting, right? You want to keep your engaged team members engaged. I'm going to share 3 things with you today to help you out with that. Having said that, if someone is out the door, if they got one foot out and they said, this is it for me, I'm over it, there's nothing you can do to salvage that team member. They've already made their mind up. They made their decision. So save yourself the time, listen, don't come throwing the bonus, the finances, hey, look, I'm going to provide some additional support. You're wasting time. They're already out of there, right? And for my quiet quitting crew, which is nobody watching this Chisel Chat channel, but share it with somebody that you may know that may be on the verge of quietly quitting, or they're already doing some of the things that we're going to talk about. Share it with them. And more importantly, share this. Stop wasting your own time. So if you're at an organization, you're at a business, a job, whatever it is, in your career path where you're saying, I'm just doing what I can do to get by and skate by, period. Then what I would recommend is allow somebody else who's engaged, charged, motivated, let them take the seat, and you spend some time reflecting on what's important to you, what makes your heart sing, what are you passionate about, and pursue that, right? It's horrible to waste your own time. Don't waste your own time. But let's get into the 3 things. 3 things that are going to help you decrease the likelihood of having someone quietly quit on you. All right? All my leaders, you all paying attention? Are you listening? Do you have a notepad? All right. It involves connection, support, and feedback. With connection, communication is your friend. Multiple streams of communication. However it works best with your teams, your department, whatever you want to do. Texts, emails, individual department meetings, hold organization meetings, pocket meetings. I would call these during change of shift. So I have new nurses and new CNAs coming in. A quick pocket meeting would be hanging out by the nurses station. Let them know, hey, how are you doing for one? Here's what's going on today. How you feeling? Anything that you need. That's a pocket meeting. It doesn't have to be long, drawn out, and have all these agenda points and all that. Don't get wrapped around the axle around that. Connecting with your team is the most important thing. So communicating, because if we did a poll and a survey for any organization down the street, what's one of the number 1 things that you would improve or fix here? 9 times out of 10, the answer is going to be communication. We need more of it. We're not getting enough of it. We're not hearing enough. So make sure your team, they're hearing your voice in whatever medium it is and tool that works for you, that works for them. So we have tons of them. Just figure out what works best. It could be a printed flyer that you post in common areas. There's tons of things you can do so that your team hears your voice. They know the vision, they know where you're headed, and they're hearing that consistently. All right, that's connection. Support, visibility. Your team has to see you. They want to see you. They need to see you. When there's issues that are coming up, it's additional comfort and confidence that you provide, being the team lead, being visible, and there to help intervene as needed. And a lot of times you won't need to, but it's just your presence, being there in the building, being in the organization that helps them say, hey, you know what? I know it's under control. We got it. We're going to cruise through this. So make sure your team is seeing you throughout all areas of your organization or your building. Meet them where they're at. You know, we shared that before. Break room, common areas, wherever it is, back room, smoking areas, you name it. You need to meet your team where they're at. Let them see you. Let them know you're there to support. Leave the audit tools, leave the checklist, leave that in the desk, leave that in the office. This is a different type of round where they can see you and you just have your hands empty and free to support. All right. Sometimes as leaders, we can be trapped, turn into keyboard warriors. We're getting stuff done, reports and all of this, and you're missing key elements of the day that are out there when you connect with your team, and you can keep them engaged and fired up and prevent somebody from that's having a rough day. You can help intercept that. And if you're working remote right now, look, Microsoft Teams has tons of ways that you can connect, chat, video call, email, all of that good stuff. So remote workers, you're not excluded from the mix of visibility. Lastly, feedback. We all look for, I don't care what anybody says, you want to know you're doing a good job. You want to know you're on the right track. And providing genuine and specific feedback is the difference maker in this. All right. It's one thing to say, hey, good job, great work, keep it up. Right. Those are good. But what's great is giving this specific example. So if I'm talking to a CNA, hey, Amy, you got Mrs. Woods ready for her birthday. You did her hair beautifully. You put on her favorite earrings in a fantastic outfit. Man, Miss Woods was just glowing. You could see it in her eyes. You did that, Amy. You're responsible for that. The family came and picked her up and they were blown away. Way to make Mrs. Woods' day. You made her birthday celebration. Keep that up. I could tell you, Amy's going to be walking on cloud 9, and guess what's going to happen? She's going to recreate this. She's going to reproduce this. This is going to be a new standard, and she's going to share that with the new CNA starting and keep that going. And you consistently give this feedback and recognition. So specific feedback and recognition, praise and recognition, it just helps. All right. Give your high fives, give your fist bumps, keep your team engaged, keep them elevated. All right. These are all growing activities. These 3 things that I mentioned. As you do them, you're going to grow and your team is going to grow. Some of you are looking at me saying, Efren, I don't have the time in the day to do this. It's hard. It's challenging. I have enough on my plate to do. And you're right. You do have a long day. It's tough. It's rough. It's hard. Leadership done right is hard. It's challenging. It's time consuming. But the benefits outweigh what you're going to be putting in, the time that it takes to get it done. So your benefits outweigh that. And I can tell you what else is time consuming. Going through a list of candidates, setting up interviews because a key team member has decided they're out of the door. That's time consuming as well. So don't let it get there. If you're not allowing them to grow, they will go. All right. So make sure everything you're doing is centered around growth, engagement, and keeping your team fired up for another day. It's hard enough as is. Make sure you're visible. Make sure you're communicating. Make sure you're giving that specific praise and recognition. If you want to learn some more ways how to do this and you need to connect with me individually, check me out. I am getting the programs developed. They're going to be on my website here within the next week or so. Specific programs that speak to how we can connect one-on-one, and I can help you out. Be more than happy to. All right. Happy hump day. Stay great. Be great. Keep doing great things. And I will see you next time, gang. Thanks for tuning in.